Alright, DeWolf social media marketing students, today is the day that we're going to do a lot of the work for the professional email using Microsoft Outlook. So the steps that we've already done so far, we have gone through this slide deck on how the email would be structured. So as far as a professional email is concerned, we took some notes on these. I'll pass these out so that you have those notes if you need them. And so that's basically all of this right here is kind of a summary of what's on that presentation. What's new is this part right here. So what we're going to use AI for to help us build this email. So the very first thing that we want to do, actually, turn out very well. Let me fix the formatting on that real quick. Okay, so through the power of video editing, we have a draft that looks a lot better. I wasn't really happy with how that looked, so here is the AI response things that we're going to do. So it says we're going to input the draft. We're going to say here's the email outline I have drafted, and you're going to paste your email outline in. So we started that process. So you created a Google Doc, and we all wrote out these questions. Who am I emailing? What is my subject line? What is my opening line? What is the body of my email? And what is my closing statement or question? So this is my alter ego, my student version of me, James Chaney, and I've filled it all out. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all this, and I'm going to open up Gemini. And so what it tells me to do is I'm going to say here is the email outline I have drafted, and then I'll paste what I have copied. If you don't have this done, then you need to stop now and make sure this is done, because this is part of your grade, this outline. I need to see your original work before you start getting help from the AI. So do this first. Pause the video, go do this part first. Now, if you're ready for it, we're going to go over to Google Gemini. And again, it says, here's the email outline I have drafted. So we'll type that. Paste. And you'll see that it's all in there. So it's polished it up a little bit, which is good. So now I'm going to go with the other prompts. So it says request a critique. So now what I can do is I can say review this draft and provide feedback on its clarity, tone, and overall effectiveness. Act as a professional writing coach and point out areas for improvement. So I'm going to do that. Let's see what we get. So copy and paste over here. Okay, so it's giving me some good feedback. So it's giving me feedback on the subject line. It's giving me a feedback on the opening line. It tells me what the original is. It tells me what the suggestions are, body, and all that good stuff. It gives me kind of a final draft that I could go with. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to do this next prompt because we need to refine. We're not just going to go with the first thing that they give us. So we're going to go, based on feedback, please rewrite. Well, we're going to have to write our own, actually. So we don't want to copy paste that one. So we're going to see what their feedback is, and you're going to come up with your own follow-up for that. So I'm going to go back over here. It's going to say feedback for the closing, or let's talk about the body. This part is good and to the point. However, the first sentence has a small grammatical error. Okay, so I might say, based on your feedback, please improve the body of the email. And it'll tell us what it used to be before. It'll give us a better way of doing it. And then another thing that you could do if you needed more help, like let's say you're struggling with actually what to ask and what the body should be and that sort of thing, we could go with these prompts as well. So let's say you're not really liking what they're coming up with subject line or with opening sentence or with body or closing lines. You could go in here and ask them. So I'm going to ask for 3 subject line options. Okay, so I can copy this. I can go back into Gemini and I can paste. And now I've got some options for a line as well. So once we're done with this AI process, we should have a pretty good plan on what we can do for the actual email part. So we'll have this as a document, and we're going to figure out how we can actually get this all onto one document. So you might have to, I don't think you can do the whole thing. What we could do, yeah, we could do this. Will it let us do the whole thing? No. We might have to go through for each one and copy them out. So you do have a copy response for each one. What does this do for us now? So we can copy each of these responses. Can I copy my original? No. I might have to do like a screenshot of that. Or let's try to figure out if I can get the whole link. So I'm going to figure that part out. So as far as the Gemini stuff, you're going to log in to Gemini. So make sure you log in so that this chat is saved so that I have access to it. And then we're going to figure out how we can turn it into the assignment as well. So once we have all of this done, we're going to have really good material to actually write our email with, and we'll get into Microsoft Outlook once everybody has this process done. So the process is 1, okay, we started this process right here where we have our notes and we have a kind of an outline of what we want to write about. We're taking this outline, we're putting it into Gemini. Okay, so we put this outline right here. That was our initial question or prompt for Gemini, and we got information, and then we did some iterations. So we told it to do something based on that first response. We told it to do something else based on the next response, and then we did even a third thing so that we could get even more responses or more options for, in this case, the subject line. But you could choose closing, you could choose opening, you could choose body if you weren't really liking the stuff that Gemini was coming up with the first time. And then we're going to be able to piece all this together into the perfect email for the person you're emailing to. And that is our preparation for the email today. If you need to come back to this video, it will be on the Google Classroom assignment right here as a YouTube video. And in class I'll be helping you out getting this part done, and then hopefully by the end of the period we'll be actually in Microsoft Outlook putting together our email. Maybe not sending it today, maybe it's a draft, but putting it together by the end of the period. Alright, that's it. I'll see you back in class.